So welcome to our slightly messy indoor kitchen. This is all going to be changed this year, hopefully. But I thought I'd share a couple of little recipes. The first is just bacon. So in Bulgaria you can get English bacon, or you can get bacon. It's not very good bacon and it's very expensive. And bacon is so easy to make. I thought I'd just show you quickly how I do it. It's just a dry cured bacon. So this is just a piece of pork fillet. It's not ideal. I mean, I like belly to make streaky. Back you don't tend to get. Most pork in Bulgaria is sort of fillet or shoulder or rump, and it's just chopped in big lumps. It's not really sort of butchered in the same way as in the UK. Makes perfectly good bacon. It's just obviously there's not really any fat in it. So I bought this piece yesterday. It's 1.8 kilograms. It was 8.99 levs per kilo. So this piece came to 16 levs. So normally work on, I think it's 2.5 grams of. I use the pink curing salt, which is this fried powder. I've also got just pure nitrate, sodium nitrate, but I prefer this. So yeah, usage rate is 2.5 grams per kilogram. So this is 1.8 kilograms. So you're looking at around about 4.7 grams, something like that. That's mixed with salt. So the way I normally do it, we've got just some Himalayan rock salt. I'm just going to chuck a bit of that in the bottom. This is real gritty stuff, I call it. It's not fine either. There's a certain amount of moisture comes out and that just soaks it up. So I'm just going to put the bacon in on top of it. Or the pork in on top of it. About 4.5 grams. I just mix that in with some normal salt. It doesn't want to be iodized salt. I use Malden smoked salt to give it that little bit of a smoky flavour. So it doesn't really matter how much you use. If you get over salt it, you won't over salt it. That's more to do with time. So I just mix that up a little bit. Fingers are fine. This is curing, it's salt, and I think hands are clean. And just sprinkle that over the top of the bacon. Basically just pat it in, get it all over the bit of pork. Flavourings wise, you can pepper it. It will release quite a lot of juice. I like to put a couple of bay leaves in. And that's essentially it. That will go in the fridge. You've got to turn it twice a day for about three days. Then once a day for another 5 days. Done. And you've got bacon. Simple as that. So another thing that's very expensive in Bulgaria is cheese. And anybody who's watched our channel will know that I love cheese. But one of the simplest cheeses you can make to save a lot of money is a 1.5 day cream cheese. So It's so easy to make. I urge everybody to try it. It really is a nice, easy cheese to make. Makes a white, soft cream cheese. You can make it drier and then preserve it. You know, make balls wrapped in herbs and dropped in olive oil to age it, or put herbs in it as a herby cheese spread. Comes out very much like Philadelphia. Ever so easy, ever so cheap. Takes a day and a half, 2 days if you want to preserve it, and this is how you do it. So the main ingredient is simply yoghurt. It has to be obviously not a flavoured yoghurt, so a natural yoghurt. It wants to be a non-pasteurised yoghurt, so a proper natural yoghurt. Fortunately in Bulgaria, the one thing you can get plenty of and cheap is good yoghurt. So it wants to be like a solid set yoghurt almost. Bulgarian yoghurt's perfect, but you could use Greek yoghurt. This one was on offer. I normally buy just the sort of cheap pots. Teresa's in there staring at me laughing. We've got a little window here so she can see me. So this is 1 litre cheesecloth. That's all sterilised, that cheesecloth. So all you do, you have a bowl. This goes in there. Like that. And you simply wrap it up. Should have cut the string first. There's quite a bit of excess on this, so I don't want to cut the cheesecloth up because I use it elsewhere. But you don't want the cheesecloth hanging down and getting soaked. So if I just tie that to the bit of string, that'll keep it up and out the way. And then all you do is simply hang it in a nice warm place. For us, the kitchen's the warmest place because of the Rayburn, and leave it 24 hours. You need a bowl, or ideally a bowl with a cloth in it or some tissue, because it will drip. So that's it. That's hung up from the hooks, alongside some herbs, some chilies and things. Like I say, this kitchen looks a bit messy because it's an old Bulgarian kitchen, but it will be replaced this year. I'm going to knock it down and rebuild one. So this is 24 hours later. Cheese has been hanging just up here above the work surface, or should I say it was yoghurt when it was hung up there, with no salt. Just literally put in a cheesecloth, sterilised cheesecloth, and then hung for 24 hours. And it's lost a lot of moisture, easily half its weight. And I've already done that up tight. There you go. So this is what it looks like at the end of the 24 hours. So that's now going to go into a bowl. Put this back because it's going to use it again. So now all I've got to do is, that was 1 litre of yoghurt, 1 teaspoon of salt. So I use, it wants to be a non-iodised salt. Best one I find over here is like the Himalayan pink salt. So that's literally just put on it and mixed in. So you can see the consistency. Then that goes back into the cheesecloth. And this is a bit like when your mum made cake years ago. This is for me. Tastes nice even now. So all you do now is you hang it for, depending what you want to do, hang it for 4 hours, another 4 hours with salted, and it'll lose a little bit more moisture. Or you can leave it again overnight. The longer you leave it, the drier and firmer it becomes. So if you say wanted to preserve it by making it into balls, putting it in a jar with some olive oil, it's better to be drier and firmer. But if you're just going to use it as cream cheese, then around 4 hours is plenty. So that's just done on the hook again. I'm not going to worry so much about this hanging down there because there's not so much moisture to drip out. And that's just going to be hung back up the top. So, bon appetit. So that's the yoghurt, and the bacon, just to show you what it looks like after 24 hours in the salt. You'll see the salt has pulled out a lot of moisture, which is fine. Now just flip it over. I've already flipped it once. You do it at least twice a day. That's what it looks like, and that's going to have another couple of days in the fridge. Flip twice, and then one day where I just flip it once, then it gets swilled off, patted dry, sliced up. So here's the cheese about 12 hours later. I've left it longer because I want to preserve this. I'm going to make little balls up and cover them in herbs, put them in some olive oil. But this is the cheese. Come on. So from the litre of yoghurt, ended up with 260 grams of cream cheese. Taste test. So it's quite firm now because I've left it that bit longer. If you just want it like a really creamy cheese, don't leave it as long. After the 24 hours and then the salting, just leave it 3 or 4 hours. This has been left 12, so it's a lot drier. Because like I say, I want to make it into little balls and preserve it in some olive oil. It's quite a strong one. The last one I made was with a different yoghurt. It was a lot milder. This one's a little bit sharper, but this will be perfect for what I want to do with it. So there you go. For 3 levs, 1 litre of yoghurt, 250 grams of really nice cream cheese. So that's the cream cheese made into balls and covered in olive oil. They'll last in a cool, dark room or cellar. That'll last for about 6 months if you can keep your not eat them in that time. The cheese as it is, just as cream cheese, will last around about a week or so, just maybe a little bit under 6 days in the fridge. That's it. Nice easy cheese to make just from Bulgarian yoghurt, or any natural yoghurt.